But I stopped by on my way to heaven to tell some believing saints that God is still able. You don't mind helping me for 1 second and just tell your neighbor, God is able. Yeah. God is able. And it would appear, my brothers and sisters, during these times, if it can go down, then it is down. It seems like down and continuously down is the only direction that things are going. Because down in our world is seemingly the path to which all humanity is going. Oh, the Lord called me to preach today. My brothers and sisters, we are in a downward spiral of life's situations. But I also have come to understand that because things are down, that we are in a recession. And recession brings about depression. My brothers and sisters, it was Danny Shachter, the director of the film In Debt We Trust, who writes the following commentary. He says, mortgage blues, creditors hurt homeowners to the world's market of doom. He says, today, 2 million families face foreclosure on their home in the aftermath of what should be called subprime. Many credit-poor families were seduced into buying houses that so-called subprime loans that became pricier than most ordinary loans. He said the lenders could afford to lend, but the buyers could not afford to pay. He said the mortgage interest rate seemed to have been attractively great, while at the same time it lured you into a false sense of security. Families today, my loved ones, are living on the edge of finding themselves soon in unfathomable and uncomfortable situations, especially when it comes to the cost of food, cost of living, cost of surviving. Everything went down except the cost of what it takes to make it. And I don't know how you feel about it, but when everything is going up, when my income is going down, it sure will make me depressed. When the financial market is melting down, and you and I, to keep afloat, has to find out how we can somehow tap into the Federal Reserve and, find out how the banks are going to distribute the money from the top down, when we already know history says that it never trickles all the way down. So you and I find ourselves in the midst of a world where over 140 companies have already collapsed. Thousands of persons that in the industrial field have found themselves unemployed. Economists fear that we are not even at the bottom of the barrel. AIG, the largest insurance company in the world, survived only after receiving an $85 billion government bailout. Can I preach in here for a few minutes? Two of the largest mortgage companies in the world, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mae, have collapsed. Home values are plummeting. Some areas of our lives, the value of existence have dropped over 20%. Foreclosures are at its highest level in history. Can I preach for a few minutes? The president and the Congress passed a bill of over $700 billion to bail out folk, but yet at the same time, you and I are still struggling. And I don't know how you feel about it, but with all that money going around, and I'm still trying to make it day by day, second by second. Oh, I feel all right in here. I come by to tell somebody, sure will make you feel bad. But thank God for Jesus Christ. Thank God that the book has not been closed. Thank God that he said, silver is mine, gold is mine. Thank God that a cattle on 1,000 hills belong to the Lord. Thank God that many may sow in the wind and weep in a whirlwind. But for those who trust in the Lord, I'll come by to tell somebody he's able to bring you out of every situation. I dare you to just to touch somebody in faith and tell them he's able to bring you out. I guess I should bring in the fact that some of us get depressed because we cannot see a way out. Because we can't see a way out, we want to quit. We want to give up. We want to be nasty and ugly to others. We want to act like we got it when we don't have it. Can I preach in here for the moment? In the heat of the moment, I've heard folks say, I'll just leave this job. I'll just leave this church. I'll just leave this family. But I find myself even in a greater mess because running is not the answer. Can I preach for a few minutes? My brothers and sisters, I'm rushing on here, but I read an article in the Reader's Digest that said that depression and recession are associated with each other. He says when there is a recession, people lose interest in life. Says when there is a recession, folk can't sleep at night. When there is a recession, difficulty seems to be the main concentration. When there is depression, there is restlessness. But I come on my way to heaven to tell you that life is too precious to let another day go by feeling like you're quite not yourself. Oh yes, if you, my brothers and sisters, remember that Jesus Christ is the answer. Oh, I'm going to preach here. See, I know that there are those that hide under the skies of everything is all right, but in the back corridors of their life, because everything seemed to be falling apart, they feel like they are suicidal. I know some folk that have the expressive tendency to want to just lay down and never get up. I know some people that feel the hand of rejection. Oh yes, I feel it sometimes myself. I know some people that have lost weight because things are so bad. But oh, my brothers and sisters, I come on my way to heaven to tell you some good news about feeling the hopelessness and feeling unworthy. I come out to tell you that the Word of God says we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us.